vetting process, but really what we're agreeing to is seeing what could be achieved.
I just want to be careful. The reason I'm asking these questions is if we keep saying, well, it's just studying what we want to do, I get that, but that's
Still time.
It's still time. So either we want to focus on that. Everything that was submitted to me isn't just continuing on our normal business. It's more of an initiative to like undertake it, which is, I think it's a valuable initiative. It's just, is that a priority that we want our staff this in 19 and 20 to be working on? At some point, we're going to have, everything's important on here. So otherwise, in the daily business, they can, but if you want an initiative, whereas we undertake it as a group, then I think that's what we're voting on. Trustee
I
Martin.
think the board needs to send a signal to staff that this is a priority, diversity in our staff. If you look at our staff, we need diversity. And that we got to communicate that to the management that this is a priority in our community. And go the little extra mile to try to move it forward.
I mean, it's delegated to the Human Relations Commission. But, okay, so with that, if those in favor of it, raise your hand. Okay. Anything else that anyone wants to pull? Trustee Bachhorst.
Yes, so a couple items. Let's see, I have a question about the move to budget, replace the existing light fixture. Okay, in the plans, 36 staff hours to do that?
So move to budget just means we're going to get to that in our budget discussions because it's a capital item, but definitely have an answer for the question.
I believe that we can address that when we have the extensive discussions about the initiatives. So it's a little, I'm not sure how we're going to keep our time when we have to repeat things that were already presented to us.
Forgive me for not remembering everything.
Okay, so the answer was?
That it's difficult to get in there and that they need a thing. There's difficulties in accessing that particular light fixture and that's, so it's not a simple thing like just throwing in the light bulb. It's a little
Yeah, I remember that she said they need a small person to get in there with
Okay.
small hands.
Okay.
So 36 hours, I don't know. Okay, fine. Maybe we should ask that they look for alternatives to the existing, because that onerous of an operation to replace the bulb.
I don't think you need to pull it, I agree with you. I think heading into budget, why don't you have that answer for us if there's any other way to do it? So that, because it does say move to budget.
I'd like to
Trustee
also pull the health initiatives. I would like, wait, so we're pulling to see if we can get more support for some of these things. So insurance costs, of course, as we know, are pretty high, and the healthier our workforce is, the happier they are, the more productive they are as well. So I really think we should take a look at whatever we can do in order to ensure that our workforce is at top for productivity. So I think that is kind of a priority, especially since we're talking about, we're gonna, to fund a lot of these things, we're gonna have to probably look at cutting some things eventually, or just not doing them. So again, in one of the ways, one of the areas that we could potentially save some money, but also increase the quality of life, like I said, of the entire workforce in Shorewood, is to explore some health initiatives. I don't have a cost associated with that. There's no way that I could, I could just make something up, or as far as staff hours is concerned. But I know there are best practices in this regard, including from the insurance company. So,
Just a clarification, we will be going over those initiatives in November, September. But if we want a focused effort, as you're saying, more focused, then I think we raise our hand, right?
yeah, I guess.
Okay, so all those in favor of that initiative for 2019-20, raise your hand. Okay, and that completes that phase. We have 10 minutes.
Oh, no, liquor licenses too, so that it says,
Okay, so I believe the liquor license here was just to reach out to other communities, which we've done, our attorney has done that, but we were going to continue with at least Milwaukee, is that correct? Later in July, so we have a meeting set up for that. I think that was the only outstanding community that had them available that was willing to talk about it. So I think that's progressing. I don't know if it's a full-on initiative.
so again, fighting the tavern league to reverse their support of this
That could be an initiative, it's not the one stated, but if
Well,
the
it's
board maybe
liquor
wants.
licenses, I mean, that's part of the process, for sure.
Okay,
I mean, that's, we're not gonna solve the problem by just buying one. The problem's bigger, but I agree, it's a start.
okay, so if you want to include lobbying in that, then we can vote on that.
Sure.
So we're talking about continuing conversations with, well, one of them is municipality and lobbying in this.
And we're already doing that, so this would be more of the newer
Well, I would
initiative.
say to explore and continue to aggressively explore expanding our liquor license availability for the community in whatever way possible that we can.
Okay,
So there are very limited ways that we can do it.
okay, all those in favor? Okay, got it.
Or at least let them see.
Okay, so we have operational needs, and then we have our 4 big ones. We have 7 minutes, unless we want to go over.
Chickens, or we,
So, is there more?
I mean, we got 4 that we haven't voted on, we've gone through this.
I'd like to bring bocce boards back up too. I don't know.
We're not on that sheet yet, so that's my
But
question.
it's not anywhere.
That is my point. So the next memo, so we have 2 other processes we have to go through. We completed what we had written to the top based upon everything until June 25th. Now, if anything fell off and is not on this list, that's the next memo. That's the next thing we were going to talk about, which is Rebecca found some that she needs direction on operationally, and then if the board had some that dropped off that we feel are important to give direction, we can bring those up at that time. Then the last thing is the 4 bigger initiatives, which is really that traffic study / parking, organizational study, management, and I think there were 2 other ones. So, but those bigger initiatives that have risen to the top. So I don't know what, Rebecca, what would you like us to do?
So, the agenda that item that we're referring to right now is consider the operational items required. Does everyone have that up in front of them?
Okay.
There's items 1 through 10 listed that I'd like some direction on for purposes of us going forward because we're not going to be meeting together as a group. And we have some items that need to start getting in motion to prepare for those. There are also 3 at the bottom that we are ready to start implementing now, 2 of which are heavily revenue related, which I strongly encourage you to continue.
Revenue related, can you specify which ones?
Sure, the Duncan collections and tax intercept, as well as the port tips software and flat payment.
Okay, so for number 1, that's all going to be talking about long-range planning. Is that correct? Or is there any board member think it's?
No, that in the, oh, are you at the top, sorry.
Yep.
Okay. So number 1 is if AMR moves forward, the following projects have been discussed are in queue to continue in 2019.
Yep.
Yeah.
So is what we're being asked to say that if AMR moves forward, these are not manageable?
These would continue
Okay.
in 2019, and then number 2 are the items that would be postponed for review until 2020.
So this is a proposal of how it could work.
Correct. Number,
I personally think the DPW facility and engineering and architect study is huge. I mean, when are we going to do that before?
I don't disagree with you, but it's a matter of priorities and how you're going to do what you have. You have options, you can push some other things off too.
But these aren't all of the things that we're going to talk about in the long-range plan. And so I can't give you an answer until I see the entire long-range plan. Just a mental.
I mean, we're only halfway through 2018. I mean, what is the plan for the next half of 2018? These are all 2019.
Well, we're going to start them whenever we are done prioritizing is my guess. Are we talking about just the red,
They
green,
all say
yellow?
2019, so we have 6 months left in 2018.
So the purpose of this exercise was to prioritize for 2019.
But I mean, okay, whatever. I'm sorry, that was a tangent.
That's why I keep preferencing it. I don't know that that's correct. I keep preferencing it just saying red, green, yellow, so that we have an idea if people have time, and then we go to the greens, and if people don't, it doesn't matter, to me, it doesn't matter what year, it's like, I don't want it spans about 2 years, but
So if we're gonna categorize number one,
Well, one is long-range planning discussion. I think it should be taken off the table. There's other things like that we haven't, that aren't on here. So to say, yes, we all agree, or no, we don't to some of these projects without considering the others, I don't know how that works.
okay, well, number three, you guys have talked about already tonight, which was the sign code.
Yep.
So why don't we use colors, because that's a spot where we're feeling more comfortable. Is that agreed? Okay. So number three, based upon your prior discussion, will be green. Number four, based upon your prior discussion, will be green.
Yep.
Yes.
Number five,
No, so me.
no meaning yellow or red?
Red.
Well, it's, I mean, it's how many people vote for it.
No, I'm saying.
I think we should go right in.
Okay, so the reason I, did anyone want to get anything? Okay, my only comment on that is we've done an enormous amount of planning this year, and we're gonna be continuing, and we need to do some work. And if we jump right into comprehensive redo in the next year, we're gonna be talking a lot again, which is great, but I really feel the staff needs some time to actually do the projects. So if we could push it off, that would be my recommendation. Okay, anybody else have?
I
Trustee
think
Maher?
I read this as it's just to start setting up the pieces to be able to implement in the following year, to understand what components are going to need to be in place. It's more than doing the work.
So yeah, we're required to update our plan by January 2021. So I was looking for direction in spring of 2019 to understand the scope of what we're looking at, because if we want to do a large-scale comprehensive plan, I mean, that can take a year, year and a half, 2 years. If we're willing to take a more, updating kind of approach and just update the documents as is, and then focus on specific transportation plans or specific, market analysis, that's one direction. I guess I'm just looking for, I don't want to come to you too late next fall and then hear that we want to do a large comprehensive plan, and I have to tell you, like, you don't have the time or budget for that because it wasn't discussed earlier. So that's the only reason I put that in there, to get some guidance from the board as to, can I come back in spring of 2019 with this RFP process to better understand where to go from. So that's the only reason it's brought back up here, that I want to be able to get the clarification in time with the necessary budget if you guys would like to move forward with a larger planning effort.
So if we did, you just mentioned it, I'm just giving clarification, the traffic circulation study, if we do a market study, do those all feed into comprehensive plan? My fear is this group, I think would love, we weren't, there's 4 of us that weren't involved in the first comprehensive plan. I don't think it would be an easy thing, I think we're gonna have to do those pieces, do the actual work so that we can inform ourselves on how to make policy for transportation in a comp plan. So, I'm asking your opinion, do you feel like doing some of those larger initiatives we haven't gotten to, that's on its way to helping?
It can be, but there's specific elements required by the state in this comprehensive plan that fall outside of, those specialities. So we could do a very simple bare bones update by just updating the numbers and reconfirming our broad goals. There's nothing wrong with that. Many communities do that. We did a large, did it 10 years ago. It doesn't change that much in theory, right? So you could do a more bare bones version, updating the data and reconfirming that your goals have remained the same, adding a few new ones in there or whatever. In terms of the specifics that will be within those transportation or retail plans, those are going to be very specific, not required by the state in the comprehensive planning aspect of it. There'll be great information, I have no doubt about it, but it's not going to necessarily cover the check boxes that the state's going to require us to submit to prove that we have a compliant plan in time by 2021. So the whole concept was just to be able to have a discussion in time so that I get the direction I need to know whether or not to prepare for what level of comprehensive plan we'd like to proceed with. I agree in theory that the specific plans are probably going to be more useful to us, and I feel like that's how Shorewood is planned primarily in the past, is the downtown Central District Master Plan, very focused efforts, and the comprehensive. We're a built-out community, right? Not much is changing in terms of the land use. So the comprehensive plan kind of is just there, and it's the specifics that we've actually utilized, so.
Okay, let's take a vote. We don't have a lot, we don't have a lot of time. Who wants to move forward with,
There's way to be sure, but it sounds like this is something that staff would like to have, and it also sounds like we have a legislative obligation in our municipality. So we've got needs of staff and also legal aspects that are driving this.
you asked for an extension, we've done that many times.
I'm not, I did contact the Department of Administration who oversees this, and they told me that if it wasn't updated, every 10 years is required, that you're not compliant, right? So that any ordinance amendments that you would do, in theory, have no comprehensive plan to be.
All I'm asking, yeah, I get it.
Agent.
Because I've done it before, you just call and you ask for an extension, but
I can do that, I cannot guarantee they're gonna say yes to it, but I definitely have no problem in reaching out to them.
okay, thank you. Is that helpful? Yes, Tristan, please.
It's a different style of management playing to what you can get an extension on. I would prefer to move forward with a plan of whole.
All right, all those in favor, raise your hand. Okay. Will that